So my bonus for you is, for me, when I think about limiting beliefs and how it shows up, right? It just in our lives in so many different ways. It's hard to, I mean, because I firmly believe like everything, God's always told us nothing, everything's gonna be used. Nothing is wasted, right? But I think when you're going through things, it's hard to see like how can you use this? Like how is this in me going to be used? And that's freedom, right? It's freedom to be able to tell your story and tell your testimony and the things that you've gone through. But when you're in the midst of it, you
Mm.
can't even
Yeah, I can see.
you
You're,
can't see it, right? And you can't even allow yourself to imagine that it could
Mhm.
be valuable to somebody else.
Yeah, that's the truth of that. And that's the lie I believe is the trick of the enemy, which is you're the only one that's dealing with this. You're responsible to get yourself out of it. No one's
Hmm.
coming, no one cares. And then you perpetuate that by your actions. Then you ruminate on that thought. Then your behaviors start to then mimic that. You
Yeah.
start pulling back from people. You don't ask for help. And then lo and behold, that's your fruit.
That self-talk will,
Yeah, understanding the self-talk is really, like I said earlier, just get out of your head, get out of there. There is, unless you're giving your brain specific function to do, get out of there because
yeah,
then it's running. So it's a machine, like it's literally the tool.
yeah.
So give it something to do. How are we going to X, Y, and Z? Your brain will start seeing your output of like, oh, she's giving me something else.
Hmm.
I got to
Hmm.
stop ruminating old memories and things like that to keep me running. She's giving me something to do.
Yeah. And I
And
think you
then
have
to tell
to,
us
I know
what's
for
cool.
me, you have to say it out loud. Like you
Yeah,
have to say it out
1,000.
loud to someone else. Because when
Absolutely.
you're in your head, I can have a whole conversation to myself and be like, oh, this is what we're doing. I done confirmed it on myself and it's what it is. And it's like, no.
I agree. She said it. Who's she? Here. Of course, we think it's a great idea. Who's the we? Who
That's
did
it.
you?
It's like you got to get yourself a circle of people who can pour into you and see in you what you don't see in yourself.
True. And be open to their feedback.
Yeah,
Like,
that's hard. Yeah.
here, that's a limiting belief. I don't see that. I don't see that in you. And that language is holding you back. That's tough to hear. That's tough to take in. It's tough to,
Hmm.
especially if you know you are trying to do the thing to get out of the situation. No one is here saying you're the problem, you don't have it, you. We're saying this is what it is today. Where do you want to go? And now let's look at those possibilities. Let's start solving from
Hmm.
the end in
And
mind.
right.
And when you're in it, it's hard, which is daily meditation and prayer, daily journaling, daily affirming yourself,
Yeah.
daily checking in with your community. May not be the same person daily, but
Hmm. Hmm.
checking in and evaluating yourself in the areas mentally, physically, financially, socially, spiritually. Like,
Yeah.
evaluate what did I do today in these 5 areas that are going to propel me forward?
Yeah.
And do two of them, do one of them. It's still changing your life because you're increasing your life.
Yeah.
But you
That's
have to
good.
pause to do that. You have to pause gracefully. We can create the pause rather than it being instituted on us,
Yeah.
right? So
And that's
that's
what you want is to create the
that's
pause.
what you want to create the pause so that you can look at it and go like, oh, this is changing, shifts, the seasons changing in my life. And I have time to dissect it because I've taken the pause to look at it from a different view. What are you teaching me, God? Or
Yeah.
what do you have for me? And the pause of, yeah, that what you went through is preparing us for where we're going. And
Hmm.
nothing is wasted. I have that. And I have you. You're safe. You're
Yeah.
safe in the Father's arms. Maybe not with other people, but find
Yeah.
those people that He brings on your in across your path that you
Yeah.
can be safe with. He will do that.
Yeah.
It may not be your blood family. It's okay. You may be the one that's changing the trajectory for your family.
Yeah. That's good. That's really good.
Maybe that one. Let's not look at it as a negative. Let's not look at it as more on you, but he put in you the capacity to do that because
Yeah.
he's a generational God.
And
So
I
yeah.
think the world will have you think that you have to do all these things, right? And what the bottom line is, children do not require a lot.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? They
Hmm.
require, you know what I mean? And so I think as parents, especially if you're a single mom, you're just trying to like compensate and do all the things, but it's like, girl, at
Hmm.
some point, we're gonna have to sacrifice some things. We're gonna have to scale down and
Hmm.
live within this very small means in
Yeah.
order to get to where we're trying to go. Because I remember the months of trying to just get things paid off and like, how are we gonna pull from this to do this to make this to do that? And it's like, it's hard. It's hard. Of course we want to go to McDonald's, or of course we want to be able to go to the movies, but it's like, but for this season, in
Yeah.
this season,
Yeah. And if you
we
can communicate that, right? That's,
right. And that's
at
the thing.
their
You
level,
gotta,
you can be like, hey, this is why we're not doing that because we're planning for this. This is why. And what I'm going to do is what's your favorite meal that you want me to make?
hmm
I'm going to do that sacrifice, right? Which then it takes my time. I'm going to make their pasta
or let's
lasagna.
make it together.
Let's make it right. But then you're taking it out of,
hmm
I just took something, but no, I've instituted value, time, and also taught them that, hey, delayed gratification is still important in life. You're not going to get everything
Yeah.
on the first try. It's not even set up that way. You're not. Otherwise, you'll think the world is set up to give you things like that.
And it's
And
not.
I rather teach my children than have the world teach them.
That's
I
it.
rather be disciplined by God than have the world discipline me because they're out to expose, to not only expose, but also to tear me down.
Yep.
God
Yep.
is doing things in his way to discipline. Yeah, a good father disciplines, but to bring me out, to show me that there's better and that he has me on his mind. He's
Hmm.
not trying to figure it out while I'm figuring it out. That
That's
he
good.
has already, the end is already written. He has already done it. And now I have to trust that.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that was one of the good things about COVID. Not there weren't lots, but it made me focus, right? We're playing cards, we're playing board games, we're chopping it up, we're doing family game night via Zoom, right? Like it just made us be intentional
Mhm.
about making the things that are important important. I grew up in a house where we had dinner. My mom would
Mm.
cook like a Sunday dinner every night, right?
Mhm.
And we would sit at the table, all six of us, and have dinner and talk. And
Mhm.
that's how I grew up. But these guys ain't got time for me. They want to
Right.
eat and they gone. And
Mhm.
it's like, how do I show up in a different way? How do I make that time for them? How do I let them know like, no, I really do want to hear what you have to say. And the same for me, it's like put the phone down. If you
Yeah,
ask the question, give them the attention to listen to the answer.
for sure. For the answer, and I'll wait. I'll just then look up. Now, I'm not going to just talk to your forehead. Like while I was looking down, you asked me a question. I have the answer. I mean, as a mother, I have the answers. What? Of course. Of course we love that. But at the same moment, I'm not going to be, you teach them to engage, right?
Hmm.
It's just not readily available just because you ask. There's work to be
Yeah,
involved as far as communicating, you
yeah,
teaching them
yeah.
that.
And even
But
my son's baseball team is like that. We'll go out to dinner and they're like, phones down. Like everybody put your phones away.
absolutely,
And you
right?
have to engage. And then they're
Absolutely.
laughing and they're
Yeah.
giggling. It's like, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
This is how you communicate with one another.
And then you
So,
find out things about people. Like you find out about your kids. You like, what? When
right.
is that a thing? I remember my middle son, Cameron, he loves anime. And I was like, what is an anime? And that's animation? I love animation too. Let's watch Disney Channel. He's like, no, anime. I said, are you are you cool? What do you mean anime? Oh, let me research. And now I'm like, oh, this is a movement.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. So then I'm like, oh, I got to figure out how to institute myself in his interest, not
Yeah.
the other way around, so he can see I'm interested in who you are as a person, even if they know that you don't know anything. They pride themselves on that. Like, mom,
Yeah.
you know, great, but I'm showing up to say I don't know that, but tell me more. How can I engage with you and have these conversations? What marathons on? who's doing what?
Right.
Cool. Instead of like shaming that or discrediting it
Yeah.
because you're not familiar.
Yeah.
If we do that in our own homes, then we know that it's happening in society
Yeah.
where we take the belonging and the care of a person and their interests.
Yeah. That's good. Like these guys, they love comics and DC and Marvel, and I don't know one from the other. And they just, it's all like, oh, let's watch a movie. And I'm like, so is this DC or this is Marvel? And they're just like, oh my God. I'm like, look, this is not my world. I grew up on Star Trek. That's all I know.
Yeah, you're like, but
So,
you're willing to engage. You're like, well, tell me all about it, right? Like, and it's like, okay.
and
I was
there's
like,
like,
well,
again,
Why isn't Superman going over there and helping Iron Man? They're like, those are two different movies.
oh,
People are
okay.
saving the world, so why they're not friends? They can't save the world for other people. I'm confused.
I'm like, is this the
That
Justice
man,
League or not the Justice League? And they're
that
just
man can't
like,
help.
girl.
They're like,
But
mom,
yeah,
mom. So we get it, but the engagement, the conversations, and understanding why it's important to them, what they're
because we
doing.
can't expect them to be able to articulate who they are in the world if they can't articulate it at the table at home.
Absolutely,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Grace to refine that at the table.
Yeah,
And not to have it perfect. Like you don't have perfect language all the time. Like it's like, tell me how you're feeling. If it's raw, it's raw. This is the safe place for that. So then you can learn to regulate your emotions. You can
yeah,
learn the people who are safe to give certain things to, and then what you're prepared for when you're entering into the world.
right.
But if you don't practice that, give them a safe place to do that, engage with that, how will then they know how to execute? How will
That's
they
right.
execute it well if they haven't even been taught
How
those
can we expect you to do something we haven't given you the tools to do it with?
things? And quite frankly, sometimes for me early, I didn't have the tools, so that was a level of frustration, which then showed up as anger. And I'm angry that I don't have the answer, but I'm mad at you because you asked the question that provoked the fact that I didn't have the. Go find the answer, mom. Like,
Let's go find it together. Let's say I don't know, but
just
I'm willing to find it.
thank you. And then it's like, oh, and like you said, our kids, children don't need much. They want your presence. They need the food, shelter, just like you do, safety. But all the other things you really think and start dissecting who you did it for, it wasn't for them.
It wasn't.
It wasn't for them. The things that they asked for, it's very simple. And you can bring that to the table, which is, I don't know, but let's find out. Oh, that's mom cares about me and
Hmm.
what I'm bringing to the table, or my questions worth asking and being heard.
Yeah,
So when someone tries to dismiss them, they know, no, that's not how I have a right to ask questions, to get clarification. I want to understand.
yeah.
And once I really started doing that, realizing, oh, my frustration is because I don't know. And instead of just saying I don't know, because in my mind I thought I had to know everything, I say I don't know. We find it together. I learned something new. They learned. Then the anger is dissipated because the anger started and stemmed from the frustration
Yeah,
of, right? It's just like, where did it come from?
yeah.
The fact that I thought I had to have all the answers. Well, where'd
And you
that come
don't, and we don't.
from? And then dismantling that. Oh, well,
Hmm.
that was there. That's not true. Let's uproot that. That's not serving anymore.
Yeah.
No,
And like for me, honesty is a thing. Like I can't deal with lies. Like just tell me the truth,
me
and
too.
I can deal with the truth. I can move in the truth. And then I realized, like, well, then you have to be truthful,
Yes.
right?
Oh my. Don't
So
forget
like,
mine. Yeah.
it's like if it ain't there, it ain't there. That's why I was like, let me just show you guys the budget. Because
Yeah.
obviously, like me as a child, you think
It's just,
it's just here, but it's not just here.
yeah. I
And so
totally get
having
that.
those conversations and just being honest, like, look, guys, I ain't got it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
and then it gave grace, right?
there or that, but like, yeah, we're
And it gave
playing.
grace and understanding to them toward me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, mom just blowing me off. This is what it is.
And you'll find out from your children, because I remember instead of early on, right, hearing that, having that engaging conversation and hearing knowing I couldn't do it, then I would give a substitute and the substitute wasn't even close. It was like, well, why didn't I just wait until I can get the thing instead
Nothing.
of seeing their face disappointed with this is not what I asked for, you tried to make
Mm-hmm.
compensate it with something that's not in their mind what they wanted. And then you're upset at them because they didn't react the way that you wanted for the effort. but your effort was in an area that's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
So take the time to just hold the thought. I don't have it now. Yeah, we're working towards that. Be honest, and then work towards that thing.
Yeah.
Not
And
ask for a
real,
fish,
like,
and instead I gave you a rock. And now, why are you not happy that you got a rock? Don't you see how hard I'm trying? Just save up for the fish,
yeah,
or no, until the fish we can do it. Right? It's
yeah,
like that's what we would
yeah.
want. That's
That's
what you would
exactly,
want.
exactly. Just tell me what it is.
Tell me what it is.
Like I tell them, I was like, our rule in the house, I'm like, what is it? They're like, less attitude, more gratitude. Thank
Mm,
you. Less
love that.
attitude, more gratitude. 'Cause I told my son, I'm like, look, all this extracurriculars that you do, I said, you are blessed to do it. I said, that's not a requirement. And let's just have a level of understanding too, because everybody don't live like this.
That part.
And you're blessed to be in a position where you have parents that can do that for you, but don't take it for granted.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because even while raising them, I would have to remind them like other people don't do the things that I'm doing. They don't do, I know you think every family is just doing what we're doing. They're not, right? They're not. And they're like, of course, because of course their minds are like, this is normal for me. So this is, but
Normal for
that's,
everybody.
that's not, that's your circumstance. So then when you hear in those conversations, the little side eye of that or conversations that they're having with their friends making digs at them and I'm going, oh, it's because they are wanting what you have, you don't recognize that, and instead it's looking like you're inferior, but really they want what you have. They want to have a mom that's picking them up or caring about these things. These are natural to you. They're not
Hmm.
natural there, and they can have it, but when they see the possibility, sometimes the first reaction is to then point the finger and show up in
Hmm.
a different space
Hmm.
and make you feel bad about the things that you have as a normal. But your job is to stay grateful. Your job is to understand that you have these things and then also be empathetic that they don't.
Exactly.
And then you can move differently. You
Yeah.
can respond differently, but not to diminish what you have, right? But
Right. Right.
everybody has that opportunity. Not everyone is at this moment the same, right? And that's where you get to, oh, we're equal. Yeah, but equity is having the access to the same. It doesn't mean that
Hmm.
we get the same. That's not
That's good. Little bonus for the people. So I thank you for that.
bonus.
A
This
little
is all
bonus.
a bonus for me. I'm just elated to be in a space that the things and challenges that I have moved from with his grace, able to give someone who's in it right now the hope, right? That's great. The hope.
Hope. Yeah. Hope reigns eternal. I hope the beauty of this podcast is that for those who don't have that circle, doesn't have that community, they can find it here, right?
Yeah.
You can listen to this and be like, and you can laugh and cry or do all the things and feel like, okay, I'm not alone,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? And I'm trying to link people's information so you can tap in and be like, hey, I heard this. I'm kind of struggling through that.
Mhm.
The beautiful thing about it is all the guests I've had thus far and hopefully going forward are available, right?
Mm.
It's all been women so far, but hopefully I'll get some men on here as well.
Yeah.
But it's been women of God who just are ready. Like you can just tap in, click the link. I'll link their stuff, and they are there to be like, let me pour into you, let me connect you, let me pray for you, whatever that looks like. And so, it's a good thing. I'm excited to see, where this goes and what God is going to do with this podcast and how
I
He's
love it.
gonna,
I was
how I
listening to
glorify it.
I was
So,
listening to the one with you and your sister. I was like, I love that. I don't have a sister. I'm an oldest and I have a brother, right? So I was like, I'm always loving the sister relationships because I'm like, what's that look like? And each one plays out differently. I can do what I want to my sister. You cannot do anything to my sister. And I saw that. I was just like, yeah, where's your list? I got mine. I was like, okay, okay, this is great. This is great. But really just talking about, again, parenting styles and understand. The topic was just so good. And then the one with Gina, friendships, I was just like, love it. That's what I was coming for. It's like, let me see how I'm doing things and how other people are doing
yeah,
things in the
yeah,
community and being able to do that.
yeah.
the resources there. That's why the podcast is so important. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for saying that. Again, to the listeners, I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope you enjoy this little bonus of us just kind of rambling after the fact. And there'll be some more to come. So thank y'all. I really, really appreciate it.